What up, movie disciples and good people of YouTube? On my left, your right is Brittany, and I go by Brian, the movie Messiah, and this is our review for the challenge, Spies, Lies, and Allies, episode 10. Before we get into everything, make sure you guys follow us on social media, and if you're enjoying how we're getting down with these reviews, make sure that you guys follow us on social media. Like I said, I'm tired. I'll explain why I just repeated that later. And make sure you guys hit that like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell. There's a lot happening in this episode, but I didn't take any notes because I was trying to edit something else. But I was watching it. Before I really get into everything, Brittany had a prediction, and she was correct. Like, just might as well jump right into it. She said teams. Did I say individuals? Or I think I was like, it could be individuals, but I was like, you're probably right. It could be teams.
Probably partners. Yeah, because I was talking about individuals. I think we both agree it might be individuals. And then we split with me thinking teams and you thinking they're going to get new partners. Yes. But they end up getting groups, or as we call it, cells. Yeah.
Yeah, so kudos to you for getting it right. And yes, there was a lot going on in this episode, and I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. I don't know. I mean, like, it was just a lot going on. I mean, we're already talking about like the team. So in this week, they pretty much had like, it was like a restart. It started over like where they started the season off at. We had to run through the trek again, through the trail. Excuse me, and they had to, grab a sledgehammer again, and then. But this time they had to grab it underneath some rubble or something like that. Maybe they did the first episode. I can't remember, but doing that, and then they had to proceed from there, and then they had like 3 options. But
yeah, those options.
Yeah, options.
It was like looking and trying to find dissect the code or something like that. That option, no for me. And then I think the other one, they had to get the slack or whatever and slide it in the wall, but they had to find the perfect fit. So almost like a puzzle. And then I noticed I think they had to climb over it to get to the other side. And what was the other one? Yeah,
third option was scratch.
Yeah, scratching the paint off to get the code. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the slack. I probably would did slack. I don't know. Just seems like business.
And it seemed like, I don't know if anybody paid attention, but it felt like everybody that got to they ran over there and they saw option 1. And they was like, well, this person over here, I went over there too. So they everybody had the herd mentality. So everybody was like, oh, I'm in the binoculars. He had the binoculars. That's where we're supposed to go. It's only 6 of them. I would have seen that. I'm like, all right, that means maybe we should decide where we can go. And then I went over and I'm supposed to do what? I'm supposed to scratch. I ain't scratching this off. I'm gonna go over this thing and put this puzzle piece, like you said, into the wall and climb over it. Some binoculars, I'm like, I ain't trying to do all this.
I was filming the binoculars. It just looked like a lot. It was a little too much multitasking for me. I use binoculars.
What?
Sorry, y'all. Binoculars.
Binoculars for eyes.
These are regular glasses. But you gotta use those and then do a code. No, I don't know. I felt sorry for Logan because, not gonna lie, he was struggling really, really hard. Oh, I was like, but each to each his own. Because at each spot, each destination, somebody was struggling. I think it was Bettina too. She was struggling over there trying to scratch the paint off. I'm like, poor thing.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the wall didn't look that hard. It was just, oh, okay, this don't fit, grab another one. So that was probably just more physical. Other one was hey, do this, do some math. Other one was scratch your nubs. That's what Amanda was saying. I'm scratching and bleeding. I'm like,
where there's math, there's not me.
Yeah. And then Nelson was the first one up. I was like, all right, good job, sir. He got through it, took off, he got over there, and then Josh was right behind him. And of course, Josh and Nelson wasn't gonna be on the same team. So
yeah, we already knew that.
Went over to Emerald. Nelson had Sapphire first.
And then Corey.
Well, Ed pulled up first. And
he
then,
did.
And it was like, well, hold on. It was being smart and assessing the situation. He's like, I need to see you coming up first. And Nelson's like, come over here. Let's do this. But here's what we go back to like last week. We were talking about Corey's out here strategizing. And even Nelson was like, nah, go over there so we can have like more spread out. Very smart.
I was going to say that. Because my brother did say about Corey. I was like, okay, this episode, I'm not even going to say season, this episode, I did like him more. He was coming back to just having common sense, being strategic. And so I was like, okay, I agree with my brother. Like, he's thinking this time, and he made a smart statement. He was like, this is the difference between how we used to be. Like, if we were rookies, we would have definitely been on the team. But now that we've been in the game for a minute and we're vets now, we know to be on opposite teams because I still have an ally on the other side that can help me. I was like, that's smart. Look at you thinking. At that moment, it was smart to keep moving.
Yeah, and when that was happening, I was thinking, I'm like, that could go down when other people start pulling up. Okay, let's make sure our numbers come out. So I thought like Devin might hop on to like Corey's team, just like keep an eye out on him.
Yeah,
possibly. But Devin went straight over to Josh. I was like, oh, okay. And so did Casey. Yeah, I figured that. I was like, Casey gonna go over there, big brother.
Two of them. Once Casey got there and it was those three, I was just like, ooh, okay, this team.
I feel like Emmanuel probably pulled up maybe before Casey. I can't remember the exact order.
Yeah, he did. It was Emmanuel. I think it was those three and then Casey, and it was like, okay, this is a freaking dynamite team. So after that, they just start racking up, and then you got Tori, and then who else? And then I think Nani came.
Yeah, Nani came towards the end.
No brainer.
And I was like, I mean, where I know what I was doing. I was rooting for like somebody to mess it up and go over there somewhere else. I'm joining this team. That's what I want to be with. That's I was rooting for. I was rooting for some chaos to happen. I want like Big T to run over there before Nani like beat her. Priscilla or somebody. I was like, but Priscilla got there early.
Didn't. I mean, I love it when CT came because, of course, it's CT. And I mean, here's Corey again with the common sense. He's like, here's the number one draft pick. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad y'all know because everybody's like, please come on my team. And, doing the same thing as that. He's like, let me look at these teams. Let me see who I can work with. And he was like, we got 2 brand new Corvettes or whatever he said. It's like, I'm going to roll with these cars. Yeah. I'm going to roll with these. I'm like, yeah, smart idea. Because they are new. They're not necessarily, well, Nelson isn't really new, but he's still hungry. And he hasn't won. So it's like, yeah.
And then Ed's super new.
And he's super smart. In
shape, younger. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go over here. Corey was like pulling in his rookie women. He pulled in Emmy, pulled in Priscilla. He's going like with keeping his numbers right, so I can see where his game plan was coming from.
I couldn't, but I guess.
What else options did he really have left? Like, it wasn't like
that's what he kind of didn't. But it was just like Priscilla's like, did I set myself up because it's 2 rookies on this team, and I'm just like, that doesn't kind of look good, and I'm like, I don't know. So their team was looking like okay, and I mean, but they are 2 good rookies, so I'll give them that. Like, besides them being rookies, they are good competitors. So we just look at that. Yeah, smart choice. But I'm not gonna lie. Once they had the teams, and they said whatever they was gonna be, like that was gonna be your official team. Yeah, I was just looking at Josh's team. I'm just like, y'all are stacked.
Like, Team Emerald. Yeah, I looked down. I was like, dang. I was like, they're pretty well rounded. You got Devin, who's kind of like the mastermind. So is Josh a little bit. Josh is in better shape. I feel like Devin's probably in solid shape. He's just not like, he doesn't physically look like him, but he's not no dynamite like standout. But I mean, he probably can find a way to get things done. Nani, Tori, obviously Casey, Emmanuel, like that man is flexible. Probably, I'm assuming he's flexible. He can dance, and definitely has speed or speed/endurance because he's usually riding out like bye.
He's a foreign.
His camera just moving every time he's running. I'm like, there you go again.
Yeah, he likes to break dance and do all of that. He's the foreign Jordan, like we know, and Jordan was like an all-star player. So we just have his doppelganger from
We
Out of the
have Jordan's variants from Romania.
Let's go, Romania.
Dracula Jordan. And we got Ashley pulls up. She was like CCT. I'm like smart. So I mean,
yeah, that was smart.
Go over there.
She knew
Might
not
as well.
Ruby.
Yeah, like she was like, nah, I'm good. Also, she wasn't like rocking with Corey.
Yeah.
So like, all right, peace out. So it's easier for her to go over. She's worked with Ed. She knows CT. She was having sex with Nelson. So I mean, it was a win-win-win. She got over there.
I forgot about that. Oh, I'm weak. Yeah, well, she did.
Millionaire Mitchell.
Yeah.
I mean, it made sense to go over there. And then who else hopped on?
Amanda.
Amanda hopped over there because of of CT. I mean, because of Ashley, and then speaking of, I said CT on slippage because I was thinking about CT. I don't know if it's gonna come back and bite him in like the reunion, but at the top of the episode, he was like, Amber's gone. She's like, and Tori's like, you shocked about that? Yeah. He was like, no, she can just run. I was like, damn.
All she can do is run.
I was like, damn, damn, they caught you on camera saying, I mean, I know you don't care that much, but yikes. And then later on, Big T come over there, he was like, yeah, Big T, go over to Ruby. I was like, damn, she's just running people over this episode. Yeah, I'm
just like, but I mean, just for a moment, just for clarity and just thinking, I mean, was there any lie to it though? Was there any lie? Because she won.
I don't want to say anything because I'm sexist, so I'm just gonna shut up.
Well, I'm not. So looking at a woman's standpoint, just looking at Amber, and I like her as a competitor, but honestly, she kind of said it for herself. She was like, I can run. And he was like, all you got to do is run. She said, okay. So, I mean, I don't necessarily see it as an insult because that's really all she had to do. I mean, she was good with the whole, I think it was like dissecting or plugging in the cords or whatever. But honestly, she's a good runner. That's how she got the money. You got $900,000 for endurance. Go Amber. I still like her though. But yeah, so hopefully she don't have no hard feelings. I mean, y'all won the money together, so he's not talking trash about you. But that was funny. Yeah, sexist guy. Don't give us any responses.
Yeah. And then Bettina showed up last. Anyway, so we got our team. So we got Ruby, Cell, aka Corey,
Pink Squad,
Big T, Priscilla, Logan, Emmy, and Kyle. Kyle didn't want to go over there, but Kyle was.
I just love Kyle. He's just like, go Ruby, love Ruby. Nah, I don't want to be on Emerald's team. Only Kyle.
And then we got Sapphire Cell. We got CT, Ashley, Nelson, Ed, Amanda, and Bettina. And then we got Emerald Cell. We got Devin, Josh, Casey, Emmanuel, Tori. Who else am I missing? Nani. Right. Yeah. So got those teams set, and then they had to go off again to another part of the mission where they got to free the diamond, another diamond to put in there to like win it. So CT said I'm gonna leave it to Devin to not work smart, work hard,
find a loophole.
Work smarter than work harder. Yeah, find a loophole. Yeah. Exactly. And
he did.
Yeah, he did. I mean, I was like, what can you do? And I was like, yeah, you had to put it down there, but he didn't say that. They didn't say that you couldn't like weigh it down to put the stuff in there, make it easier for yourself. And I was like, it's damn smart. So this is why Devin is the ringleader over there, and they win it because obviously, like you said, the team looked stacked at the beginning.
Yeah,
and they get that W, so they're free from elimination. So then they go over there and things switch up for. Like they had a little brief deliberation, chopping up, trying to figure out what we're gonna do. Tori's like taking a big swing, what we're gonna do. Because if we do it, come back and bite her in our ass. And how it's going down. So I'm thinking, all right, we got team stuff like that now. So we send a man and a woman down. We send a woman and a man down.
That's what I was thinking. Because there's so many of them. I'm just like, y'all gonna have to have double elimination. Like we're gonna have a guy and a girl go down. Like they're gonna take it back old school. All right, the guys that lost, you're gonna pick. Put the person up who you want, guy and girl. I'm like,
yeah, because I feel like going to the final, like it's either going. I mean, we got sales right now, and it's 3 men and 3 women on each team, right? So I feel like it has to be.
Well, no, it's not even 3 women and 3 men. I don't think.
Yes, it is. It's 3 men,
Not
3
on
women.
Emerald.
Yeah, on every team. Yes, it is.
I think it's 4 dudes and 2 girls.
No.
On.
So you calling Casey a man? Is that what you're saying?
Dang.
Yeah, that's what you just pretty much
comment.
said.
No comment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ain't gonna lie, she was blending in, but okay. Yeah. Okay, 3 girls.
Thank you. Anyway, so I'm trying to think about like how it's going to go down towards the end of it. Like it's going to be a wholesale going into the final, but I don't think that they'll do that. I feel like they'll at least have 10 people instead of 6 people going to the final. But we'll talk. Yeah. Or it's either 10 or 8. So
jeez.
I believe they had 8 people going to the final last year. Anyway, we'll talk about that down the line. So yeah, they have the little pre-deliberation before they get into the chamber, and the agency has like all the power. And Josh goes in there. Devin goes in there and is like, yo, I want to start some chaos up.
Of course.
He's like, yo, you better say something now. Your ass is going down there. And like it started to show off. This is how I was like, I kind of knew that Priscilla was going home because it started to show off with showing Priscilla. We're talking about her mom crying, which is understandable. What she's doing it for. Everybody, crying and talking about money now. Everybody's mad emotional.
Yeah.
And then we also have Bettina a little bit, and you also show Amanda, and we hear Ashley and Amanda chopping up when they go to the club before or after the chamber. Where the hell it happens.
It was showing a lot.
But it was really like Priscilla and Amanda and a little bit of Ashley. So I was like, Priscilla's going down there. And then sure enough, they go to deliberation after, everybody talks. Even Amy reads her letter, which I was like, all right, me do your thing, girl.
I'm sorry. The letter just was that what not feeling letter? I guess she just CT loves her though. Talking about her pure heart. She got pure heart. But I was like, girl, did you really just pull out this poetry letter? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I was like, let me finish editing this video. So that happens, and they all pick Priscilla. And she kind of knew that she shook up the whole alliance thing in the house, like threw everything off as axis, I should say, let me speak correctly. And she gets nominated down there, and then TJ hits with another twist. This whole episode was just like, it's called, I would say, it's super twist. Like it was like episode 10 is the reboot episode, rebooting everything right halfway through the thing. So she goes down there. I'm like, the HC probably, since they picked her, the odds of them having to pick somebody else again, I don't think so. And sure enough, TJ's like, you can pick who you want to come down here. And Priscilla,
game changer.
Yeah, she's been swinging hard this whole past couple episodes. So
you determine my fate only to a certain extent. And after that, I'm picking who I want to bring down here. I was like, yes. And I was hoping it would lead to that because I'm just like, at least give them some type of choice. And I'm like, oh, that is the best choice ever. If I'm going down, at least let me pick my fate. Like, let's go.
And she picks Ashley because she was swinging hard. And, they were talking ish back to one another. And this is what I loved about Ashley this episode. I can't call it Meltdown Mitchell today because she was Millionaire Mitchell, Ashley Millionaire Mitchell.
He was.
She went down there with a positive attitude. I was like, thank you. I was like, finally, like, come on, man.
Like, she gave her a hug. I was just like, you're embracing her. What's really going on? I was like, okay, Ashley.
She was locked in, focused. She wasn't freaking out. Like, I feel like she might have had a feeling, but I think she was just amped to go down there anyway, even if, I guess in her way to make sure that Amanda didn't go down there. So she was ready to make it happen. So, she went down there.
Calm, cool, collected.
Yeah.
And that's not typically Ashley. Yeah, she knows that as well.
It is in certain points. When she gets to the finals, she's locked in.
Yeah.
I feel like when she knows she's going in, she's locked in. But she's caught off guard. Yeah, and especially the past couple seasons that's going in first.
That hasn't been her in a minute. Well, she knows because she's just like, that hasn't been me in a minute. Like, I haven't won an elimination in a minute. Like, I need this win. I'm pretty sure Priscilla does as well. But, y'all see me as 2-time champion. We're not trying to just stop there. But, I liked Priscilla. Like, And everybody had to respect her. Like, she got tenacity. Like, if I'm going to go home, at least I'm going to go home against a champion. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. She's like, I'm not going to take the easy way. And I'm like, that is smart. Like, go big or go home, because everybody else apparently is scared. I'm like, I like you, Priscilla.
Respect to Priscilla. Yeah, and you know, they have like, I know it was a hard challenge. You got to find some tires in the sand, throw it up on a tower pretty much. And then once you get those all stacked up, you got to look at some lights to figure out the order of the tires.
Jumbled all around the place. So one, you're messing up with my eyes. I have astigmatism, so I'm gonna be struggling over here. Oh God. So and I know Ashley said that too. She was like, I did not know it was gonna be set like that, because it's like a whole long strip and it's just like ping, 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 ping. So it's like you have to like memorize and all of this. Yeah, it was a lot. And sand, I mean, anybody that's been to the beach, we already know you put your feet in the sand or you using any kind of sand, it's like super heavy. So you have to like move all of this sand just to get a freaking hard tire out of the ground. I'm like, yeah.
That probably has sand in the tires. So
yeah,
it's
and it did.
going on. And Ashley had a great strategy. She was like using her whole body. Priscilla's trying to be smart about it. She's trying to just use her legs so her arms from getting tired. But I feel like she should have looked over and like, you know what, I'm gonna start doing what she's doing.
And I thought she was looking over. I don't know. I guess she thought she had good strategy, but I'm like, if I think about the long haul, my legs are going to tire out because I'm literally moving my legs this whole time. And then it's going to be hard for me to get up and walk to even put the tire on there. So I think Tori said too, like, you know, she was using her whole body, so that allowed her to move even faster to get the tire out. Because at one point, like, Ashley was just moving. I'm like, oh, dang. Like, she was just getting tire after tire. I'm like, okay, Ashley.
Yeah, she got locked in, focused, and she definitely got some help. People were rooting for her, which was a shock to her, a little bit of shock to me. Everybody was like helping her, repeating the colors back to her, and it helped her out. And to pull off the W, she got the W, and TJ added in the other twist again. He was like, you know, you can go back to yours, or you can infiltrate, Ruby, or you can go to, the Emerald Cell. And I was like, oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
I was like, oh, stuff that go down. So y'all thought y'all team was gonna be,
set final. No.
No, I can come in to you, Mickey.
I felt good right when I was like something, you can't just go like lock in with these teams, and that's what I like about it. And I feel like she made a great choice going back.
Yeah,
I call it it was Sapphire Cell, but I call it Sapphire Cell plus champions. Like there's two champions over there. Obviously, they're gonna be probably gunning for a CT and Ashley next in the episodes. But that's a good team over there as well. Let's not count them out. So next week is a men's elimination. So we'll see, who's all eyes are on who. But in the trailer, I know they were doing some type of rugby football type thing where they did the old school like pit thing. You running somebody, and
CT did that.
That's gonna be rough.
Everybody said he was CT freight train. So
yeah, I mean, CT. This ain't. I feel like that was probably like 7-8 years ago, 10 years ago.
Yeah,
maybe.
That was
like that. When he came through, yeah, that was straight train. Like,
that was he went against Bananas and Tyler. And that was like at his prime, but I mean, like they said, he still got it. So
that'd be rough running down there to anybody really just getting hit at a certain age. Like, man, this is stupid. So I'm definitely looking forward to that episode. I saw Tori like talking crap to somebody. I don't know who she's talking to. It was like a nice.
Yeah, Tori was getting lit. I'm like, okay, y'all don't want it. I'm like, oh right.
Yeah, but, this episode was a great episode with a great twist. And I just knew Priscilla was going home. It was a wrap. Like, started her off the show talking about her mom, and then she went to Eliminations. It's a great present for my mother. I'm like, you going home early for your mother too.
Dang. I was like, this is the gift we're gonna give her? This is messed up.
Bye-bye. But TJ does hit her with like, I'm sure we'll see you very soon, because she was damn good on the season. So
yeah, she really was. Priscilla,
are you still sticking with Emerald Cell being the top cell? Is that number one cell for you? After knowing the game changer.
Honestly, I don't know. Cause I mean, anybody that's a fan of challenge, like we already know you can't always count out low-key the underdogs. Even though I'm really leaning towards Sapphire, I mean that's my cut. That's my birthday stone. So I just love it. And it has CT. But when you just look at it, you will automatically think it would be the Emerald Cell just because of the stacked people they have. But sometimes that doesn't always work, and communication is key. So I'm going to be leaning towards Sapphire Cell. I just have a feeling like that's what I'm leaning towards. They got Ed, who's new, but he's super smart. They got Nelson, like he's super athletic. Come on, you got two champs, CT and Ashley. And who am I missing? Bertina. People are kind of Bettina, what's her name? Bettina. Sweet girl. People are asleep on her, and then she had her little storyline for like 2 seconds, but it like opened my eyes to learn a little bit about her. Yeah, I think she's a little mystery, but I feel like she actually has some stuff under her belt that's gonna be unleashed. So
and Amanda is out here doing it for her kid. So
yeah, so she fighting for her kid. So she any mother that just birthed a child, you're gonna go hard. So let's go.
I'm rolling with Sapphire Cell as well. I mean, obvious reasons for CT, and I'm curious to see how the finals going to go, especially like once everybody gets there. I don't know, jumping ahead, but could it come back? I mean, during this twist, Spies, Lies, and Allies, like could it come around where somebody has a chance to screw somebody over in the whole cell? I'm like, you can win as a cell, or you can steal the money because you got here first and take everybody's money. What are you going to do?
That is horrible. They could do that though while you're playing, because I mean it's called Spies, Lies, and Allies. Yeah. So we're gonna lie and say forget our allies.
But I mean, it could be the season where we finally have like a new champion, and I mean, Emerald Cell does look pretty damn good. But we shall see. Do you have a quote of the week?
I actually had several quotes because there was some good stuff in here. But yeah, it had some good stuff. But the main quote, I had to do it, give it for Priscilla, because I mean she left, so let's do a quote for Priscilla. What did she say? When she was leaving, she was just like, everything I did was for a reason, and it was never with safety on. I was like, it was a little poetic. Which was true, because that's just how she was. She was like, I'm not scared. I'm a rookie, but I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go hard. And she proved that in elimination by picking a 2-time champ. She didn't win, but she still gave it her all. So I feel good quote from Priscilla.
And there you have it. I do like that quote, and I agree with that. And we already kind of touched on the sales standing point, like ranking the power teams. I mean, power couples or whatever we want to call it, power rankings. So we got sales now, and
right now,
Emerald is in first, Sapphire is second, then Ruby. But we're both leaning towards Sapphire for the win. What about you guys? What do you guys think? Which cell is? How do you rank the cells? I mean, I guess it seems kind of obvious, but you could have your own personal choice. Put your comments down below. Love to hear you guys' thoughts. If you enjoy what you're watching, please hit that like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell. Also, please follow us on social media. Love to hear you guys chop it up with us over there, and definitely in the comment section down below. For my sister Brittany, I am Brian, the sexist movie messiah. If you enjoyed this reaction or this review, cool. If you didn't, I mean, maybe we'll see you on the next go round. Base 5, let's ride.